Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I just need to check something real quick. Give me a second. All right. Boy. I should have got some coffee. I need some coffee. Oh well, I have water. Good enough. I drink coffee for the taste anyway, so I don't know why. I was like, oh, I need coffee. I'm gonna die if I don't drink coffee. Oh my god. I'm going insane. It's me for real. Um. All right. So, anyways, um, I don't remember what I was gonna do today. So I have some of the few like little things that I want to do, like the function stuff, or not function stuff, but like make this into a function and then make this into its own thing. Maybe, possibly, I still don't know. um, yeah, but then I'm not sure what, like, the upgrades would be nice. I think we should do that because I need to do that at some point. And I don't know how it's gonna work, but we can just quickly put something together, you know? Should be fine. It's gonna be very similar to the buttons, I think. So, yeah. And then the timed hit bar thing, that's what I wanted to do. Yes. I want to do that. And maybe the log. I don't know. I need to check how logs work in other games. Yeah. All right. So, oh yeah, I need to figure out. I need to look at some inspirations for UI and stuff. And then I need to figure out someone who can do UI elements, you know? Someone who knows how to do that shit. But I don't know how to find someone like that. It's very hard to find people that I can trust. That's the biggest issue, I think. because there are like big servers that I can just ask people like, yo, anyone have experience with this? But I don't know that person. And I mean, um, when it comes to those like servers that are like, you know, big, um, it's kind of scary because in don't it's not as of it's not a tight community, so you don't know um yeah, you know, you don't know that like what people are like, I guess. Also, why is this not clamped? That's weird. It should be clamped. Oh yeah, how does that work? Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. If I do like set, oh, does it work like this? No, how would that work? Where is the next thing here? There is no next thing here. Oh yeah, right. I'm stupid. No, that is correct. Whoops. It is clamped. I'm just dumb. Anyways, function. Let's put it in here. Let's call it something like. What should we call it? Um, I'm not sure. Let's do. I mean, I was gonna call it roll, but that's kind of already here. I mean, that is what it is, isn't it? It is just roll. And this can be like a player role thing or whatever. So roll. I mean, I guess I can just call it roll. Let's just get rid of that for a second. And we can say that um, that is cursed. That melody that I just heard. What the hell is happening? Anyways. Roll. Let's do. We need advantage rolls. Like how many? Add the rolls. And then sides of sites. Yeah. I think that's it, right? Because then it would just get the get roll results, maybe. I don't know. Because it's kind of. No, I think just roll is probably fine. Doesn't really matter, honestly. And it's gonna create a int. Yeah. That's gonna be the best roll. Real. Give me a second. I'm back. All right. What was I gonna do? This thing. I'm so scared that the music is gonna be like mega loud, even though it's normalized. It's probably fine. Anyways, I can just yoink this whole thing. Pretty much, right? Yeah. Nice. Simple enough. Yeah. That would work, I think. So let's get rid of you and you. Let's do roll. Oh yeah, right. Let's roll. Why is it a... Oh yeah, right. I remember. There we go. Perfect. Let's do... Hmm. No, yeah, that should work. Yeah. I could just put it in here, actually. Because I'm not using it anywhere else. I could just do that. Yeah. Doesn't really matter, honestly. All right. And then... Well, what is used first? This is... Okay. Yeah, that's fine. And then this one has to be renamed. Manual role? Player role? Used for the player. Yeah, sure. I don't know if that's how you spell manually. I think so. Yeah, it is okay. Every single time I stream, I'm like, is this how you spell that? I don't know. Yeah. I don't think this has to be a function either, but it's fine that it is, you know? Alright. That should work. No, it wouldn't. This doesn't need to be here. And we can just say roll results. Roll. Why is that? Oh no, yeah, that's fine. Player add the roles player sides of dice. There we go. Why is my mic drooping? What is happening? Hold on. There we go. Better. Oh, Jesus. I forgot how squeaky it is. I have to do something about that at some point. Sorry about that. Anyways, I think it works, question mark. Was there always like a... Oh, there was. Okay, I'm just stupid. Oh yeah, from yesterday, for those who watched yesterday's stream. That reminds me. Look at this. What is this song? I'm scared. Alright. So when I said that I thought my math was wrong, you may recall Brezak trying to help or like just fact checking me, basically, seeing if my math was correct. Turns out it was, because the thing that he said was the same thing that I was doing but differently, because his thing used the delta time. Mine used physics ticks per second. This thing, physics ticks per second. Technically, same thing, does the same thing, like there's no difference. But I decided to use this one with the delta time because it has better precision. Let's say that you are playing this game on I don't know, like a calculator or some shit, you know, like something that isn't good. It doesn't have enough processing power. If the game drops below 10 FPS, which is what the tick of calculations is running on, what can happen is that let's say we have 8 FPS for like a second because something lagged really badly or something, right? What can happen is that the physics tick has to match the frame tick, the render tick, or process tick, whatever you want to call it. So both run at the same tick, which would be 8 per second, which would mean that my calculation would be not correct, because I would still be calculating the rolls as if the rolls were 10 ticks per second, or if the process ran at 10 ticks per second, which wouldn't be true. for like, you know, however long I have 8 FPS for. That's like very edge case stuff, you know, like I don't think no one is gonna run this game at 8 FPS ever because it's gonna be pretty good, you know, pretty well optimized, and it is, even though there's nothing, but you know, will be. But if that happens now, it's fine because we're using delta instead of a fixed number. So yeah, other than that, it's literally the same. So the formula stays, except we got rid of the number of dice because I still think it's kind of stupid. What is it with what is up with this music? Why is it like different volumes all the time? I have it on more normalized. What's going on? Anyways. So yeah, that's what I did. I think it's gonna be better. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's put you somewhere else. Let's put you here. It should still work, so it should be the same thing. Sure does. All right. Right. Let's do this. Let's do var. Wait, why did I want to do that again? Was it for the check? Like in the processing somewhere? Rollers. Oh yeah, it was. Because I'm checking if the count is less than or equal to 0, which I don't have to do if I have 2 of them. But at the same time, do I care? Oh no, I do, because if this it's probably okay, honestly. That's more of like a optimization thing for later, so we don't really care right now, I don't think. It's probably fine. Yeah, it's fine. We can do that later. Let's work on the... Was this 5? I think so. Shopkeeper timer hit thing. Yes, let's do that. That sounds fun. So we're gonna look at our ugly UI that doesn't exist technically. I was gonna make it so we have like a thing that is here, or actually I think I'm gonna make that later when I have upgrades, because it's only going to be like visible if you have that upgrade. Speaking of, I need a way to cheat myself in for like, or what? I need a way to cheat in my own game so I can cheat a upgrade for myself if I need to like test it or something. So I don't have to like wait for it or pay for it. I can just instantly have it. So maybe we'll do a console of some sort. Who knows? We have like 50 renditions of the same song. Hell yeah. I'm gonna switch it to Celeste's OST later. Okay. So instead of doing that, we need to do the upgrades, and also I was gonna do one more thing and I forgot what it was. I don't remember. Upgrades, but what else would oh, the price needs to change. That's we can do that now actually. So every single time you buy something, it goes up in price, because right now it doesn't. It just stays how it is in the base price, which is kind of dumb. So let's see how other games do it, because I'm not sure how that works. Price. Let's see. I see a lot of. I see like 3 games do 15%, but that doesn't mean that it's a good value for me. But I will start with that for now. So each time we buy a roller, we increase the price. This is just like if we have the money for it, but if we do have the money for it, it's gonna yoink that money and then add yeah, it's gonna add the count and then price plus equals, or actually, yeah, no, plus equals. Wait, would it be times equals or plus equals? I'm stupid. Hold on. Because it has to be 15% of the original price. Or was it? I mean, we can do it differently. No, it has to be multiplied. It's a times equals thing. And 15% would be 15% of the base price or the current price. I think it would be the current price, right? That would make sense. Maybe. I mean, I guess we could just do base price times, or no, not base price. It would be times, let's say our price is 10 or 50 or whatever, I don't know. Oh yeah, it would be 1.15, right? Yeah. That's 15%. Can I do 15% like this? I don't think so, right? Because this is a modulo operator. Yeah. I wish. I guess we could do it as a variable, which I think we might. I wonder if this should change at some point or if it's going to be a constant. Because maybe there would be like an upgrade for something like that, but I don't think so. No, I think I'm gonna make it a variable, normal variable instead of a const, because if we want to do some kind of event like, oh, everything is on sale or something, you know, something like that, then we wouldn't be able to do that. So I think it's better to just put it in as a normal variable. Guess I can put it here. I hate how everything is so split off though. So this would be price or roller. What do you call it? Price or cost, doesn't matter. Is it cost or price? Price. Doesn't matter. Roller price multiplication? What is that even called? Growth, scalar, multiplier. No, growth maybe. Growth factor? Roller price growth factor. Growth rate? I don't know. Increase. Sure. Sure. Roller price increase factor. That sounds so dumb. I think growth makes more sense. But growth is also kind of dumb. I don't know. I hate naming stuff. I mean, scaling is a good word, but the roller price scaling factor is kind of weird as well, but it makes sense. Sure. Price scaling makes sense. In my opinion. I don't know, maybe. I'm sure I won't forget what this means at all. And this has to be a big as well, because the percentage can be massive. So we'll do that. $1.15. Or we can just do like like 15 times. Oh no, that wouldn't work, never mind. Oh, would it? No, 1.15 is probably fine. It's fine, it's fine. Give me a second. So if I wanted to do like 60, 65 or whatever, that would be just 1.65. Probably. Oh. That flute is going crazy. Jesus, chill out. I'm coming from the sample server to say this is cool and more producers should be game devs. Hello, yes, I think so too. And they are. There's a bunch of producers that are game devs. The one that comes to mind is Sharks. He studied stuff for game development. So yeah, and Dion as well. There's a bunch. But I'm happy that people like it because it's cool. Yeah, he used to do his own stuff as well, like games. There's so many like prototypes that no one knows about. He just sends me screenshots or videos sometimes, like, yo, I'm working on this. And I'm like, this is sick. That's very cool. Yeah. What's that doing? Thank you for the follow, by the way. Oh yeah, I was doing the scaling factor. So each time we buy this thing, we should increase the price by the scaling factor. Now, and then we need to also change the text for the price. So, it doesn't really matter in which order, but oh well, anyways. Can you forward a message from me to Sharks? If he's gonna answer, then yes. Because he is very busy right now. Has been in the past like 2 months. On why he isn't on the Deception Dive sequel roster, I don't even know what that is. But I can ask. Only he will know, I see. Okay, so instead of base price, we do just the price, I guess. Roller dot price to long name. True. Why is it shitting itself? Oh yeah, because this is called something else. There we go. Is that gonna work? It does, but that increased by 1. Oh no, okay, now it's... Wait, is that correct? That's not 15%, is it? Did I make... What's going on here? So is Gappa your game dev name? It's just my other stuff name, I guess. Akuto is 2 people. I'm just one person. I'm just a dude, you know, I'm just doing my own stuff. Akuto is a collaborative project. So it's like Akuto isn't a person, Akuto is a project name, if that makes sense. And CatPie is just my handle that I use online. You know. So I don't have an artist name, I just have a project name, I guess. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, a lot of people do that. I think it keeps everything separate. And the one thing that I didn't want is for people to have some kind of like expectations, not expectations, what do you call it? I just want to do my own thing in peace without someone yelling at me like, oh, you should do this, when is this coming out, and stuff like that. And like, people can be hyped about stuff, but it's nice to just, you know, chill for a bit. Yeah, I don't mind those comments, but it's still nice to, you know, do your own thing. Yeah. That happens in geometry dash almost as much as in the music industry. That happens every single, like, that happens everywhere if you think about it. Anything that you make creatively, people will want more because they think that you, and that's not a bad thing, but it's bad when people are like not demanding, but they're they think that they are entitled to you, or, no, how do I say this? um I don't know how to describe it, but it's basically just you don't own anything to people. You know what I mean? If you make something, then you make something, but you don't have to do something else just because someone says so. You don't, like, you know. I mean, yeah, go for it. Going on Disciple was one of my stuff that I wanted to do, and I did it, and now I'm happy with that. That's it. Like, I'm like, yeah, I used to listen to this. I used to listen to, like, before I even made music. I was like, damn, this is sick. I want one day I will do that, and then I did that. Depends. They do have a email, I think, but the way I went in is kind of different from other people, so I wouldn't be able to tell you because uh I know Bandles, like DeAndre from Bandles, so I I kind of skipped the whole thing just because I know people, so I can't tell you because I don't know. But I think they have an email somewhere, but they only open it like very rarely, or you can probably find it on Twitter at some point. Someone probably, like Vishal, probably sends it on Twitter, like the email. But if you ask around, I'm sure someone will give it to you. But I don't have it because I literally just skipped that whole thing, so I have no clue what the process is like. I just have contacts to them directly, so I wouldn't know. But let's check if this works. Let's set this to 50. And if our math is correct, it should be 57.5. It sure is, I think, but we can't see the decimal number, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, that's correct. Yep. So if we do like 100, it would be 115, I think. Yes. Nice. Huge. It's mocked up enough for GP. I don't know what that means. And thank you. It looks like ass right now. This is all math focused right now. It's like it's not supposed to look good or play good because you can't even play it technically. It's all just math right now because it's all like preparation, you know? So the only way I can actually show you how prepared this is that what the fuck happened to my Twitch ads manager? It just went black. That was weird. Because my internet is shitting itself huge. That's weird. I have ads in like every 30 minutes or 20 minutes or something like that. So that's why. That was weird. Anyways, um yeah, it's probably just my internet is like doing weird shit right now for a I don't know what's going on, so I don't know. Anyways, I was gonna say the only way I can show you stuff is if I buy 1,000,000 of these rollers, and you will quickly see that we're going to millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions, like sextillions, like shit like that, you know, like in milliseconds. And we have like how much? Like 2,800 FPS while all of that is happening. 3,000 FPS. Yeah, that's pretty good, I would say. Yeah. So that's how optimized it is. That's the only thing that I can actually show to people. Like, look, I am doing stuff. It looks ass for a reason. Trust me. But yeah, 3,000 FPS while that's happening is pretty good, I think. We're talking, it has to go through 1,000,000 of these rollers, I call them. Each, no, 10 times per second. So, you know, it's a lot of math that it has to do quickly. Yeah, anyways, price is working now, so we can actually, like, you know, we can't just spam the button, but it's so fast. How I hate how fast I am able to buy them. That's the issue. So I think 15% isn't enough. Either that or I am just really bad at doing this, but that's okay because we can change it later. But at least it works, you know? It's pretty good. So if I do like 0.1, let's buy it. Maybe 10 is not enough. Maybe that's the issue. Let me check something. That's loud. Goddamn. There we go. Let's do 100 or something. But it's still gonna be very easy to get to that point because you know, it's 100 isn't a lot if you're rolling dice. You can just roll a bunch of times and boom, you're there. Especially if you, yeah. Especially if you just spam it because the default default dice that you're rolling is a 6. So let's just do 500. That's still not enough, probably. Is there an advantage roll? I don't think there is. Where's my player advantage roll? No. There isn't. Roll results. No, it does it once. Yeah. But it's so fast anyways, like... No, actually 500 is pretty good. That's... I would say that's pretty good, yeah. maybe a bit too much actually. I think there should be one that does way less, but I don't know. Can I send you something to listen to post stream? I don't usually like people sending me stuff in DMs just because I get spammed. But you can send it to me on SoundCloud. Yeah, you can send it to me on SoundCloud if you want. Yeah, actually 500 is a good price. Wow. It's pretty good. And it grows very fast. But how much is a growth of 200 if... Wait, give me a second. Let's do some math real quick. That would be final value 500 divided by 200, right? Is that how that works? 500 divided by 200. And that's going to give us the percentage 2.5, which would be yeah, 2.5, and right now it's 1.5. So that would be 2.5 minus 1 divided by, or times 100, right? Is that how that works? Yeah, because no, yeah, no, it would be because 100% would be 200, because 100 times 2 is 200. So then 500 would be, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. 2.5 would be the factor, which would mean it would be 150% question mark. Is that how that works? I think so. Something like that. So I guess we can scale everything by 150%. Yeah. Cool. All right, I'll check it out later. Oh yeah, this is gonna get spammed though if I buy one. Oh my god, this is gonna be awful. I need a button to cheat myself money. Or no, I can just give... Where's my... I can just press a button and it's gonna start like... Where's the thing? Ice Clicker Dev Edition. True. I can just cheat on my own game, you know? If I do manual roll. Boom, now I don't have to do shit. The question is... Oh my god, that's slow. I really should have something before this. 500 is a lot. Okay, it's just... Maybe I should just install an auto clicker so I don't have to like do this. Can I just... Yeah, I can. This is beautiful. Is this what game dev is like? There we go. Oh yeah, it is getting spammed. Cringe. Goodbye. Yeah, this. It's spamming buttons. That's what it is. Well. Cool. Well, that works. We know that. Let's do something like. Oh no, we should do the upgrades actually first. I keep saying that all the time, but we should actually do it now. So we have the price, we need the buttons. The buttons for the upgrades, which we can just put on the left somewhere, probably. Should be okay. Like if I put the coins thing here instead. Let's put it above. There we go. And then we have a whole box for like upgrades and stuff. So let's do that. Let's copy this label. Let's put it in there. Call it upgrades. For now, it's gonna be very ugly. I really need to look into like UI stuff and you know, just get someone that can actually do it, because I can't. I can make it an engine if I know how it should look like, but you know, it's gonna be another issue. But for now, let's just make it very simple. But at the same time, I realized something that I don't know how I'll do is like the upgrades, right? Like how will I make, how are the upgrades going to work? Because you can upgrade multiple things for each roller, but it's roller specific, right? So I don't want it to have like a big ass list, because that makes no sense. What would make sense is if you are able to go into each roller somehow, or like open a menu or something, and then click on that. Right, I'm changing the playlist because it's the same songs over and over. There we go. I'm actually dying from heat right now. Even hotter outside. That's great. That's amazing. It rained like yesterday, and then it didn't. I wish it did today as well. Okay. Oh yeah, the upgrades. Yeah, so what I was thinking is like in some games you have like way to open up something, but I think that would be kind of annoying, honestly. And it really doesn't matter how I'm gonna do it now that I think about it, because technically I can just change the UI later, which I will anyways. So I don't know why I'm like, you know. Um, but um, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask someone for help, but I will look at what is it called? UI database or whatever. Game UI database. It's this thing. I don't think they have like idle clickers today. Casual, I guess, maybe. Point and click. User creation, what does that mean? I was just like, oh, I see, okay. Come on, why is it not opening? There we go. Yeah, I guess management could be another one, technically. I wonder if I search cookie idle. I guess. But this is not a PC game. Oh, that's cool. You can search up by color. Nice. I like that. Wow. They did change it a lot. That is pretty cool. Hmm. Very nice. All right, let's do casual. I was like that type of casual, I see. That's not what I want. What is this? That's a cool looking thing. Oh my god, Catherine, how's that casual? How is Catherine casual? That makes no sense. All right, let's look at some of these. Oh my god, this is a UI, like a mobile thing again. I mean, I could take inspiration from that as well, but I don't know. I like this a lot. This is really cool. Oh my god, this is another game on phones. This doesn't help. Okay, let's do clicker game UI. I like how most of these, you can't see it, but like most of these are on phones, which is kind of funny. I guess that makes sense. Incremental game, maybe? I don't know. There's a G... Wait, hold on. Hold on. I think I found something. Wow.
Let's get started. Welcome to Idle by Design. It's a very niche talk about a not so niche thing, so thanks for coming along. I've written to myself in my speaker notes, no yelling. If anyone was at NZGDC last year, I gave a really impassionate senior UI designer at Pickpock, which is an amazing mobile game studio in Wellington, New Zealand, Australia's. I am also heavily I didn't get any thing to define as well. I guess it's basically this. This is a really interesting...
Make number go up, yes.
This is a really interesting widget made by Telegleo, who made Bombernauts, called Number. And you make the number go up faster, you get some number, you have a number go up speed. What's interesting is this actually really took off and people got real into it, and it ended up with numbers like this.
Huge.
And it shows like the true when it was passionate fandoms of a genre I have encountered. But I guess there is like kind of different definitions of incremental games versus idle games. Idle is perhaps like a subgenre of incremental, or some people can argue it that way. Incremental can be step-by-step progression, that's really important. You get series of upgrades and achievements, you can unlock things. There are new ways that you can discover to generate more currency, to get more cookies, it's great. Idle really encapsulates like the passive nature of the games, and often I find these days you don't have a truly idle game anymore, like you have to interact with it in some sense. So I think incremental game is probably a better terminology for it, because you have some idle elements within like an incremental kind of.
That makes sense, yeah.
So we should talk a little bit about how idle games have progressed. They started idle RPGs, where basically, and it's interestingly termed as a zero-player game, which I think is so like, I think you could monetize by, you know, the retention of repeatedly clicking something. It's really intensely popular with a wide demographic. Idle games are very accessible graphic, and what they consume to kind of inform your how they consume it.
Hello, internet.
Getting really
Thank
sick
you.
gear for your dude, becoming more powerful, and low motivation for fantasy and excitement. 3 and below Total War. Me here. You want to create positive session design, and that's really important to design your sessions in a way that the players like come into your game feeling good and leave feeling good. With idle games, that's really easy because you're always giving them stuff for nothing. And
True.
retention draw is so good that like you don't always need. Which game? Anyone? Chrono Trigger, and now you know something worthless today. So new game.
Discovery. What does that mean? Hold on.
And retention draw is so good that like you don't always need to use forced appointment mechanics. You've got discovery, new features to unlock. What the player's current goal is, like what are they going to do next? What's their next decision?
Oh yeah, right.
Experience of idle games with positive. So new game plus or go number rush.
Oh, speaking of, yeah, achievements. I need to do an achievement system. I talked about this yesterday, question mark? I don't remember. But it shouldn't be that hard. It's just like I have to make a manager for it that just runs in the background and checks for stuff. So it should be okay.
Like all positive reward. You need to give more aim to the player to make those decisions that they're making in the game, which may be limited, feel really worthwhile. So this talk will also heaps you can hold. You can make more. Dungeon Inc. was released this year. You're a gold production manager. And it's a really interesting iteration on Pickpock's previous work because we have a lot of active elements on top of an incremental game in there. Because you could see in that trailer we have PvP, you have monster management, and it's built around kind of a darker theme as a reference, and also case you need to other idle games. The very first thing that they do is interesting and it makes them feel great. It feels like you're doing something, and it's
Oh my
really
god,
worthwhile.
Tap
And Tap my
Titans.
Katamari, this is really
Yes.
interesting. You gain velocity.
I used to play that shit all the time.
Which is a really interesting way of iterating on the core mechanic and adapting it to mobile. Capitalist.
And this game as well, yeah.
Responsive UI. You've got all this cash flying everywhere, which again feels really good. You can tap on something and get that immediate response, knowing that you're just getting tons of muns. So it's pretty exciting. And I think probably my favorite, I talk about Egg Inc. a lot because it's one of my favorite incremental games. There's only really one interaction button like that's core to the game, and it's the chicken button. You hold down the chicken button and just chickens run everywhere, and it's just so satisfying.
Nice.
You don't even need to repeatedly tap. In fact, it's better if you don't. You just hold down the chicken carousel menus. And this is to kind of make sure that the gestures that you're using with one hand feel really natural. You can swipe with one finger.
Okay, but we don't do phone stuff, that's the thing. I don't care about phone stuff.
You want a clicking mechanic. What are other ways you can get around having clicking as a main mechanic? Well, how about intermittent clicking sections? And we do this in Dungeon Inc. You don't need to tap all the time. You've got a multi-buy button, which you can buy upgrades at in bulk. And the clicking sections that we have come in waves with the tax nights. And you can make clicking optional. Like in Egg Inc., you don't need to click. You hold down the chicken button. And tap and hold dealio. Like, hey, if iPhone is making all these crazy gestures, we should make crazy gestures too. Just like slap all the tap and holds in there. Probably not the best takeaway from this talk, don't do that. And a repetitive UX, like it's not even worthwhile in idle games, because if any of you have played a lot of idle games, which I imagine you are if you've decided to come to this niche talk, you do away with the clicking very early in the game. Usually it's only used as a mechanism to upgrade to a point where it upgrades.
True.
So do we even need it at all? Like if the core of the game is idling, then maybe repetitive clicking as a means to get past the new user flow is not really a good idea. And the user experience of clicking is kind of user hostile. They're contributing to, hand pain. It's not very accessible for people.
I was actually thinking about this, like, what if the player can just hold a button, right, to roll? Because technically I can just have it hooked up to a timer. And then instead of upgrading how fast you're rolling, you upgrade how many of the dice you're rolling at once, which makes more sense to me. But I don't know.
People to, click repeatedly and quickly. So you should really think about accessibility. And maybe you could do that again by like not rewarding faster clicks or having a click cap. Clicking is like also the first thing that your players are going to try and macro and abuse. So maybe think about that as well. And just because it's idle doesn't mean it can't be meaningful. Just because it's make number go bigger doesn't mean that you can't have some sort of like intrinsic meaning behind it. One of my favorites is The Dark Room. If you haven't played it, you should really play it. It's a premium game on the app stores. It's been talked about in The New Yorker, and it's a really interesting narrative story in the form of an incremental game. And Abyssrium is one of the most beautiful idle games I've ever played. You have a coral reef and you collect fish, and it's just very relaxing. Just really like fish. But I think one of the best ways to create a meaningful UX has been embodied in the way that Neko Atsume has designed their game. I think they've perfected it because, essentially it is an idle game. You put out food and then you wait a bunch of minutes. It's important to think about localization with big numbers as well, because not every language or culture handles numbers differently, the same. how do you display them in a way that will like contribute to the user experience rather than just be overwhelmed with, oh my god, there's a crap load of numbers in front of me and I've got no idea what they mean. Are you going to use decimals or floats or integers? Or do numbers really matter past the ones that we all know? So you've got Tower of Hero does it in a really interesting way by putting the numbers in buckets, and you've got two buckets of the two largest numbers, which is billion and million, as you see up there. And once the game passes T, it just goes to A, B, C, D, and then like AA, AB, etc. And Bitcoin
Hey,
Billionaire,
I can do
they
that
use
too.
a different number system entirely, and they actually do it thematically, which is really interesting. It's new and it's contextual and it's interesting. But they kind of get around having to show huge numbers by having a cap. In Dungeon Inc., after Decillion, we decided to change the currency to AA and BB because it just doesn't matter. Like, everyone knows up to Decillion, and then past that point, like, it doesn't matter. Like, you know that your numbers
Is that how you say that? I thought it was Decillion. But it makes sense because Deca is 10.
are going up by, you know, a more easy to pronounce function.
I didn't know that.
And you should always use fonts that have a robust number set. You should be able to look at a number and be able to tell whether it's a 1 or a 7. That's just a really... This impacts other systems in the games, and the usability and experience there is really, really huge. So think about that. Mo currencies, mo problems. You have brief engagements to create good UX. And should be designed really purposefully, and Ragnarok Online is just I did at the user interfaces for Dungeon Inc. and Doomsday Clicker. This is one of our best practices and it's really important. Be aware that many currencies with different purposes can make a confusing UX. You just don't know what your next decision is or what
True.
through on the app stores now that don't necessarily have the background that we do. And this was one of the first features that I wanted to innovate when I was working as a UI designer. So, I mean, multi-buy again, the chicken button, you just buy everything, it's great, you just buy chickens. In Tap My Katamari, you have this little interesting horizontal menu, which you can't always access, so it's a little bit negative UX. It's gonna be great. And it was even worse because I tried to put tap and hold and a radial menu in at the same time. It was just like, oh my god, drunk on power. So you would have a new that you also have the global context to think of, and I was trying to find a way to convey this through everything rather than just like having it compartmentalized. So I put it on the global tooltip on the bottom bar, and this was a solution for several reasons, and it solved quite a lot of problems. You're always aware of what your global multiplier is. The information's only there when it's relevant, which is when you're on the tab that is got the tax night audits. Occasionally tax nights will come and raid your...
I learned something. I'm gonna look at that later because that seems pretty interesting. Alright, let's do something very dumb, and let's just do it and not worry about anything. Because I won't get anything done if I don't do that. So I will. And it's just gonna be upgrades and shop, and that's it. So yeah. Let's see. So I think I'm gonna do it the same way as the rollers. So I'm gonna make a script that is basically just base data, I guess. Or actually, maybe not, because we need a way to see upgrades. We need a way to match them to a roller. Let's write it down real quick. So what we need or what should upgrades do? Or what we want the upgrades to do, I guess. Anyways, so we need a way to... I'm just gonna do this instead. We need a way to have it visible, so like some kind of a button or UI for the upgrade. We need a way to match them to a roller, so they have to know what they are upgrading and by how much. They have to have a price and count or level. And then what else? So what I'm thinking is each thing that can be upgraded, each roller has their own, like, why is it so loud? Goddamn. What do rollers have actually? Let me check. Rolls per second is one. But I don't think that changes. Does it? Only the count changes. I don't know. I don't think it should change. I guess the only time it would change is through like prestige and stuff. But maybe there should be like other stuff. I'm not sure. I guess. No, I think I think the... See, I don't know if like I should do this, but I think the RPS should change with upgrades. But I don't know what kind of upgrades it would be. You know what I mean? Just like efficiency upgrades maybe or something. That makes sense. Possibly. Let's do those. Let's do like... So RPS changes. The price already changes and the count, but that's for a different reason. Advantage rolls is another thing. And sides of dice. So 3 things right now. RPS, advantage rolls, sides of dice. So RPS at the rolls, sides of dice. So those are going to be the 3 things that you can upgrade basically. You upgrade. separate ways of upgrading a roller. I guess it's more of a roller thing and not an upgrade thing. That's why I don't know how I will make UI for it, like how it should look like and stuff, because technically it's related to the roller itself. So I don't know. I had this idea of like having something like a moving or interactive picture or something, like, you know, like a scene for each thing, but then you would have to like go through every single one of them, and it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? And I want to keep it simple as well. That's another thing. I think I need to talk to an artist because it's very hard for me to think about stuff like this. Because I'm not sure like how it should look and stuff. And when it comes to how it should work, because we already save the roller informations and their upgrades in the roller itself in the data. I think it's better to just make a function that just upgrades, and then whatever you put into that function, like numbers, then that's what you get. So like, I think that's gonna be the easiest thing. So like, if I make a new function here, like upgrade or level up, upgrade sounds better. Upgrade roller. We need to see which roller. We need to see yeah, which roller, and then what are we upgrading, right? And by how much? And then we'll do some math about how it should be and whatever, right? So like, yeah, something like that. I think that could work. How do you spell decillion? What are you? No, what was it? What was the thing that the lady said? Oh my god, I have so many things opened. Let me see. There we go. So it's 1 followed by 33 zeros, I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure. So let's do change to AA notation after 1. Is it decillion? Yeah, it is. Decillion? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah. Should probably to do. There we go. All right, back to this. So upgrade roller. I guess this will be kind of weird because it's possible that the upgrades won't be the same for every single one of them, I guess. So it might be kind of weird. I don't know. Oh. I'm not sure. I am not sure. But we can just make it simple for now and then expand on it later, so it should be fine. So upgrade roller. So the roller, so in this case it would be the index, I think. Because yeah, it's not by name, so but how do I know which one is the which? That's another thing. I guess I will figure it out. Roller index. Was I gonna? Oh yeah, and then what we are upgrading and by how much. So we can just do all of them. RPS advantage rolls and size of dice. So we can do RPS. How do I represent this though? Because if I want to change, if I want to change by a number instead of by percent, then you know, I don't know. This is. I guess I could just have it set into 3 functions instead, so I have more control over it. I think that makes more sense, because if I want to upgrade it multiplicatively or additively, it would be a different thing, and you know, that would be too much math and whatever. So upgrade roller RPS. RPS, and then multiplicative. There we go. Is that how you spell multiplicative? I don't know. Yes, it is. Wow, I'm so good at spelling stuff. Isn't that amazing? Give me a second. So let's do roller index dot RPS, and then actually no, we say if multiplicative, and then we do times equals. RPS? Well, no, because RPS wouldn't be a big... Well, no, it would actually, no. Because, wait, would it? What, didn't I do it somewhere else before? Yeah, the scaling factor could still be a big number, so that makes sense. Yeah. And then else rollers roller index dot RPS plus equals RPS. Yeah, and I need to do this for every single one. Yippee. But that's okay. I am sure there's a better way to do this, but that's okay. So what else do we need to find? Advantage rolls, right? And then size of dice. Roller, well, actually I can just copy the whole thing, couldn't I? And then there we go. Oh yeah, because advantage rolls are only, they go up to 5. So we wouldn't even want to do it multiplicatively because... Yeah, because it makes no sense to do it that way. Never mind. Let's do that. And this also can use this. Wait, what? Advantage rolls is an... Oh yeah, because this has to be an int. There we go. And then the... What else? Size of dice is also just this, pretty much. Sides of dice. Sides of dice. Boom. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Oh wait, but that's not gonna work as well as I think it would, because we need to also keep track of what's the level of the upgrade, so we can change the UI based on that. So instead of doing it this way, I think it's actually going to be better if I... Well... No, I have to do both. How will I do that though? Oh no, now I just realized the UI thing is gonna kind of fuck me over. So let's just put it into a region for now. And let's say needs some work here. And then we can say fix me this. We have to keep track of the... Well, do we have to keep track of the level? Depends on how we're gonna do it, right? Because we need to figure out the price, but depending on how it's gonna look, we might have to keep track of the upgrades level for each roller, and which would mean that these functions have to be changed a bit for it to work with UI and saving / loading. Yeah. All right. And the price has to change, but that's fine. All right. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. Yeah. Trying to think if there was anything else, but I don't think so. I mean, the upgrades, but like, again, I think it's time to just slowly start thinking about how the the UI is gonna look and stuff, because I have to see something, I have to like be able to work with something. So I think I'm gonna talk to an artist or try to find someone, see, like, get some ideas in yeah, stuff like that, stuff and things and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, I'll have to go now. What the fuck is it saying? 66? Oh yeah, that's fine. We don't care about that. All right. Yeah, anyways, let's see. Who's online? Not many people. Sure, let's do that. Oh, actually, no, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I think I'm not gonna. I think I won't raid anyone because I don't have anyone to raid. I guess John's. Just Jotson maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, anyways, I'll have to go now. So I'll see you maybe tomorrow. I don't think so, but we'll see. I keep saying that, but who knows? We got some stuff done, so that's pretty good. It was a bunch of like just talking and thinking and stuff as always. So yeah, anyways, yeah, I might see you tomorrow. Sorry for the shorter stream. I just don't know what to work on right now. There is a bunch, but I can't work without anything, I guess, now, so I kind of have to figure that out. So hopefully next time I will do that. Who knows? But for now, see you later. Bye bye.